Everyone. So the Lakers now are officially in control of the 5 seed. The Lakers currently sit at the 7 seed at 40-38. The Warriors and the Clippers are now both 41-38 and half a game ahead of the Lakers. The Lakers, if they beat the Utah Jazz, they will officially be in the 6th seed. And then at that point, it's just weathering the storm, at least keeping pace with the Warriors. So if the Warriors lose a game, then the Lakers can lose a game. If the Warriors sweep the rest of the way, then the Lakers have to sweep the rest of the way. Whatever the outcome is, that's what they have to do, but they have to start with the Utah Jazz. Then on top of that, you have the Clippers game on Wednesday. So the Lakers have a back-to-back. Now, if the Lakers sweep the board, right, and they go 4-0 over these last 4 games, which is the Jazz, the Clippers, the Suns, and the Jazz once again, then the Lakers would get the 5th seed and end up playing the Suns in the first round. Now, what could happen as well as an alternative is, let's say the Warriors lose to like the Pelicans or something, right? Well, then that would allow the Lakers to maybe potentially lose a game, right? So let's say the Warriors lose, like I said, to the Pelicans. We'll just use them as an example. Then the Lakers could beat the Clippers, and then after beating the Clippers, let's say just lose to the Suns, and now they will get the 6th seed if they beat the Jazz. Or what they could do is they could win outright, and then that last Utah game, they would have the 6th seed locked up regardless, and could just rest everybody and get that extra day's rest for the Utah Jazz. Let's say that they win against and they sweep the board, right? And let's say the Warriors, they lose. Well, then the Lakers at that point, they don't have anything to worry about, right? They just go in. If they lose that game, no big deal. If they win that game, now they're the 5th seed. That could be a possibility that we see on the horizon here with the Lakers. Now, obviously, there are a lot of people that have questions about the Phoenix Suns and don't want to see the Lakers play the Phoenix Suns in the first round. I've said this time and time again. Lakers, they want all the smoke. Me as a fan, I want all the smoke. I'm not worried about the Phoenix Suns. And this is something that you really have to take into account. The Phoenix Suns may never be more beatable than they are in the first round. Now, if the Phoenix Suns stay healthy, then the Lakers, if they play them in, say, the second round or the Western Conference Finals, the Phoenix Suns might have everything figured out by that point and nobody beats them, right? Because they still have played very few games together. They don't know what their playoff rotation is yet. They got to build on chemistry. It's going to be very different in a 7-game series. You have guys that can't really defend, guys that don't really have definitive roles yet. They don't have depth. They don't have defense. Yes, they have Kevin Durant and they have Devin Booker. The Brooklyn Nets were together for years and had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and they weren't able to beat anybody, right? Like, so just because they have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant doesn't mean that they're a lock to win anything. You know, every year the Brooklyn Nets were favored to win, and every year they won nothing. They had one first round series that they won, and that was it. One playoff series win. That is it, right? So to just immediately jump to the Phoenix Suns and say, oh, they're unbeatable, they're the best team ever, they have Kevin Durant, so did the Brooklyn Nets. And Kevin Durant got completely shut down against the Celtics. Not impossible. The Lakers, they match up beautifully against the Phoenix Suns. They have nobody to guard Anthony Davis, and they have nobody that can guard LeBron James. At least we have several guys that we can throw at Kevin Durant. They don't have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson anymore and all these big defensive wings to throw at LeBron all game. We do. We have Rui Hachimura. We have Jared Vanderbilt, right? We have Anthony Davis, LeBron James. You can even throw Troy Brown at him, right? You're never going to stop Kevin Durant. You're never going to shut him down. But what you can do is make things very difficult, right? You can just keep throwing guys at him and make it challenging and wear him down over a 7-game series. And again, you might never get a better opportunity to beat them in the first round than in the first round, right? So if you're the Lakers, bring on the Phoenix Suns, right? Why are you ducking anybody? All these other teams are doing all this like ducking and I don't want to go here. Like the Lakers shouldn't worry about that. Get healthy, get into the playoffs, go win the series. You're going to have to go through these teams anyway. You're going to have to beat the better teams regardless if you want to win an NBA championship. Imagine if we played the Phoenix Suns, the Golden State Warriors, and the Denver Nuggets. What is anybody going to say? We beat the team that everybody believed was going to win and come out the West this year, and the Phoenix Suns. We beat the Golden State Warriors, who were the defending champions last year, right? And you beat the Denver Nuggets, who were considered the best team in the West based on record, right? What can anyone say? I can't wait for the excuses. I can't wait to hear people go, whoa. Nah, we beat the three best teams. Now, let's go play the Milwaukee Bucks or the Boston Celtics. I would rather do that than, you play the Kings. Look, I don't care. Beat the team that's in front of you, right? If the Lakers end up playing the Kings and the Grizzlies and then the Nuggets, so be it, right? The Lakers' job is just to play the team in front of them and beat the team in front of them, right? No one's going to have that easy of a record. All these teams are pretty decent, right? Or to good. But if the Lakers play the Kings and then the Grizzlies and then the Nuggets, you know what everyone's going to say. Oh, they got it easy. They played the Kings in the first round, and then they played the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies aren't very good. And, then they played the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets, they're not very good. They just had a good record, and, blah, 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 right? But if we go through the gauntlet and we come out ahead, nobody could say nothing. Nothing. And the confidence we have, the momentum, just everything that we have going into the playoffs from the regular season, if we were to sweep the board the rest of the way, I'll take my chances against the Phoenix Suns. If you're not going to beat the Suns, then you don't deserve to win an NBA championship, right? Like you don't. And I see so many people that are like, I'd hate to play the Suns. Like, why? You're going to have to play them at some point. And what? You're hoping that they get injured? No, then that's all the excuse in the world. Right? Beat them full strength. I want us full strength. I want to beat them full strength. Not just that, we should have beaten them, 2 years ago? Or whatever it was now? Right? We should have beaten them. If Anthony Davis didn't go down, we would have. No, we ain't ducking nothing. I fully believe that the Lakers can beat the Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series. Right? So many people think and see Kevin Durant and people lose their minds. That's great. Kevin Durant is an incredible player. But he's been on other teams and never won anything. He was on OKC, and they lost. He was on the Brooklyn Nets, and they lost. The only thing he's ever won was with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry, and Andre Iguodala, right? The Phoenix Suns don't have those guys. Phoenix Suns have a broken down G League version of Chris Paul. They have Devin Booker, who, don't get me wrong, is great, but he's not a top 10 talent, right? He's top 15, top 20? I'm not worried about him. He's shown numerous occasions to just completely disappear in the playoffs and in big games and in big moments. Same thing with Chris Paul. Chris Paul has built an entire career on just not showing up when it matters. And Ayton, no one's worried about DeAndre Ayton. Go look up Anthony Davis's numbers against DeAndre Ayton. He's that's breakfast. That's barbecue chicken. That's what that is. I'm not worried about this. The Lakers have the opportunity to get the 5th seed. Go get the 5th seed. Why would you want to go into the play-in? Because that's how it's very likely how it's going to look. The way it's going to work is very likely the Lakers are either going to be the 5th seed or they're going to end up being the 7th seed. Why risk it being the 7th seed? Why in the world would you want to play an extra game, risk more injury, risk just guys getting beat up for another series or two, risk missing the playoffs entirely? Why do all of that stuff to what? To avoid the Phoenix Suns that you're going to have to play at some point anyway? And again, I really believe if you were ever going to beat them, it would be in the first round because there's so many question marks with the Phoenix Suns. And the later in the rounds that they go, the more likely it is that they're going to figure it out. So the only thing you're really hoping for is that like Chris Paul and Kevin Durant get hurt. Which why? Why would you want that? Why would you even, ask for that? No. Let's play this team fully healthy. Let's go. Let's beat this team so there's no questions, there's no doubt about it. Right? Like if the Lakers now again, if the Warriors lose again, because remember, we only have to stay on pace with the Warriors. That's it. Just stay on pace with the Warriors. Like if the Warriors lose 2 more games, the Lakers can lose 2 more games. Right? I mean, well, it also depends on like the Pelicans and stuff like that. We got to stay in front of the Pelicans. But we have the tiebreaker against the Pelicans. We have the tiebreaker against the Warriors. So all you have to do is just keep pace with those 2 teams. Pelicans still have a very tough schedule, and the Pelicans play the Warriors. So they still have a very tough schedule, and the Warriors, they have a very tough schedule. So you go beat the Thunder, you go beat the Jazz twice. There's 2 wins. All you got to do is probably split between the Suns and the Clippers, but if you can beat both of those teams, great, because that would just build confidence and really show, like, okay, we can beat those teams. And then, just keep pace. If, for whatever reason, the Warriors, they lose a game or 2 and the Pelicans lose a game or 2, then perfect. Then you can make that decision if you need to. Then you can say, like, hey, you know what? Let's rest everybody for that Jazz game because the Jazz game doesn't matter. Even if we lose, we're still the 6th seed. We're good. Or we're still the 5th seed or whatever, right? Because the Clippers could lose some other games too. The Clippers have a tough schedule coming up too, right? So, I mean, we got a huge break yesterday. Everybody we needed to lose lost, including the Timberwolves, which is crazy, and the Kings. The Kings lost to the Spurs, which was really interesting. But everything fell our way. We have a team that is incredibly talented, a team that is building chemistry daily, a team that is still we still haven't lost a game fully healthy. So I'm telling you, I want all the smoke. Bring it on. Let's go. Let's go. I will take my chances with the Lakers against anybody. Got to play Phoenix at some point. Beat them early. Then you don't have to worry about it. It's one less problem, right? If you beat the Phoenix, if you're somebody that thinks like, oh no, I don't want to play the Phoenix Suns in the first round, imagine how good you will feel the rest of the way if the Lakers beat the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Who else is beating them? Seriously. Like, go beat the Phoenix Suns in the first round, call it a day. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you not? Do you want the Lakers to get the 5th seed? Do you think no? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it.